Well, I'd like to call to order this Planning and Development Committee for the March 22nd. The first order of business is a declaration of pecuniary interest. I'll remind every member of your responsibility. None. Then we have one action item. It is to do with the 2018 National Tree Planting Project, and I'll turn it over to Kara.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair. We actually have Kevin Predden in the audience today, who is the county's forester, and he's going to do a quick overview of the projects and the opportunities for Bruce County for your consideration today.
Great. Thank you, Kara. So the recommendation is to enter into an agreement with the organizers of the G7 2018 project and also the Bruce Peninsula Biosphere Association with the objective of planting 1,000 trees in the Bruce County Forest Lindsay Tract. Specifically, the organizers of this project is the Charlevoix Biosphere Reserve in Quebec. What is happening here is with the G7 summit that is happening in June of this year, it is being held at the Charlevoix Biosphere Reserve, and the organizers of that event have decided to make it a carbon neutral event. So with that happening, they would like to plant 100,000 trees across Canada. So the Niagara Biosphere people contacted the Bruce Peninsula Biosphere Association and asked if they had an area where they could plant trees. Being that the Lindsay Tract falls within the Bruce Peninsula Biosphere, it's an ideal location. Really, I had already planned on planting trees up there and have already done so. So this fits quite well into my forest management plan, as someone is providing us with trees. There are some stipulations that come with this agreement to sign in, and that's why we're here to talk about it. But really, there isn't anything quite onerous on there. It's just there is some reporting that needs to be done by a professional forester, which I'm capable of taking care of, just to monitor the health of the trees and ensure that they are maintained for a minimum of 50 years. So the biggest part of this agreement is to comply with this agreement for at least 50 years, and we'll consider the possibility of extending it in perpetuity, replacing the trees at the end of their life cycle before they lose their market value and before the role of sequestration reverses in favor of greenhouse gas emissions. Realistically, this is just a symbolic gesture. They want to plant this on 1 hectare of land, which is really a bucket of water out of the ocean of the amount of forest that we own. And in there it says, if anything happens to these trees, should that area need to be altered or changed into something else, then you just need to do the same thing on an equal part of land. So 1 hectare with 1,000 trees isn't really that big of a deal, but the symbolic gesture is important, just saying that we do practice sustainable forestry and we're looking to move forward with a green process. So.
Thank you, Kevin. Then there is a recommendation that the County of Bruce enter into an agreement with the owners of G7 2018 project and the Bruce Peninsula Biosphere Association with the objective of planting 1,000 trees in the Bruce County Forest Lindsay Tract. A mover and a seconder. Moved by Robert, seconded by Ann. Any discussion?
I just had a question. Just curious. What size? Are seedlings or a bit bigger? I'm just curious.
No, these will be seedlings, but it's not bare root stock. It's going to be container stock because it's easier to handle. And part of this is working with youth. So if this goes through, we'll get a crew of students from the Lions Head High School to come and help out. And there is a bit of publicity involved with this. I think for the entire project, they're making some sort of a documentary. So whether or not they're here to document this segment of it or not, I'm unsure. But they will be sort of like, here's some students from the local area planting these trees. So it is seedlings, container stock. And like I said before, I'd already planned on purchasing these trees. So they're just getting paid for through this project.
That's okay. Any further discussion on this item then? All in favor? That's carried, so that is, I guess, the end of our agenda. Oh, yeah, we're going to, mine isn't working here, so. The next item on the agenda is a closed meeting, and it's that the motion is that the committee move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239(3.3.1F of the Municipal Act for the purposes of educating or training the members to discuss Bruce County Land Use Planning Transformation Project. A mover and a seconder, moved by Ann, seconded by Dave. All in favor or in closed? We're back in open session, and then we can, a motion to adjourn our rise, and we have report. And our next meeting is April the 19th, 2018, and a motion to adjourn. Bob and Ann, all in favor? We're adjourned. Thanks, Kara.